Okie dokie. The loud noise in the background is my computer. Anywho, basically XSplit with the AVerMedia card or what have you, it's got a slight problem at the moment, and this is what it is. Basically, it works completely fine in the AVerMedia software. That's fine. Except I use a USB headset, so I don't know why, but AVerMedia just never bothered easily and simply enabling you to record the sound you hear from, USB devices. So either way, it doesn't get the audio. So, XSplit, however, does. Very overpriced, expensive program with really bad tech support. But anyway, it will record the audio that I want. So, I need to use XSplit to record my in-game footage, for instance, from DayZ. Anyway, now, as for settings, I've got the resolution set to 1920 by 1080p. And there's 720p, although I don't like using that. But either way, and I can't stress this enough, 1080p. Okay, not anything else but 1080p. Then in my settings, we'll go to, say, local recording. The X264 is for CPU, and the other one is for the AVerMedia, hardware encoder. There's no options on the side to change it from standard quality to anything else. If you go to CPU, you have a lot of options, but not for the AVerMedia. I can change the sound, everything like that, split it up, all good. But either way, those are the only settings. And that's for local recording. Okay. Then, if I go record, local recording, here we go, it's recording. The directory on the right here, which is my P drive fraps, is where the local recordings get stored to. Alrighty, just recording a couple of seconds. Alright, looks good. Then I'm going to go turn that off. And here we go. And here's the video that it just recorded. Now, can't stress this enough. 1088p. Not 1080p, 1088. I don't know where it gets that arbitrary number from, but either way, 88. If I click on the video, here we go, it's recording. The directory on the right, there we go, let's turn that down. Alrighty, there we go. Now the problem that I have with this is it's 1088p, not 1080p, so it makes it ever so slightly blurry. Now obviously you probably won't get that up on this desktop, like looking at the video, because it just won't, show you that much, but in games and stuff like that, it's ever so slightly blurry. So, 1088p. Okay, now you're probably assuming, well, maybe I did something wrong with the settings, which, fair enough, maybe I did. So I go back into the settings. Okay. Terrific. I don't know why it's not letting me get to it. It's as if there's something running in the background. Basically that happens anytime I sort of go into the the video settings for it, but either way. And I've tried old versions, 1.1 of XSplit, 1.2 and 1.3. The same basic problem. Okie dokie. Let's go back into here. See all the settings are as they were before. Then I get the AVerMedia thing and change it to the CPU encoder. And click OK. So the only setting I've changed, resolution still set on 1080p. The only thing I've changed is the CPU encoder versus the hardware encoder. Alright, then I go to broadcast. Now this may do a laggy video recording because I'm already using Camtasia at the moment. So let that record for a few seconds. And then I've turned it off. Now, if you click here, 1088p. This is the old video, the one I did with the AVerMedia. Then the new one, which is here, is 1080p. 88, 80, 88, 80. 88, 80. So I delete that. Now, as for remedies to try and fix the problem, I've tried creating a custom resolution that was 8p smaller. So I believe that was 1920 by 1072. And the idea being that it would add 8p which would therefore make it look properly 1080p. It didn't work. It gave an error saying, you know, it's not a supported resolution. Okay, now if I try 720p, I'm just putting the scale down, there we go. Alrighty, this is 720p of what I've got it set to. Now if I go broadcast to local recording, alright, now this is using the CPU encoder, so everything should be sweet. There we go, 100 odd frames. Done. 1280 by 720p. Okay, that's what you'd expect. Okay, then I go into here. Okay, it did the same thing it did last time. Terrific. Thank God you're paying for this XSplit software, you know, every month or whatever, so they can give you good updates and make sure it all works perfectly. Don't mind that, it's Clash of Clans. Clicking that basically says I want to use the same settings I was using before. But I'll double check the settings myself. Although that's what I told it to do, but it's not. Terrific. Okay, so I've done that same as before. Checking the resolution, still set on 720p. Broadcast into here. It's still using the CPU encoder, so I'm going to change that to the AVerMedia. And then clicking OK. So what it will do now is it will record using the AVerMedia encoder. So, record. The annoying pop-up down the bottom is coming up saying it's recording. I don't know how to get rid of that, but there really ought to be an option somewhere because it's just really annoying. And in fact, it even sucks you out of some games. Alrighty, and turned off the recording. Alright, as you can see here, 720p, that was for the one with the CPU encoding, and the one with the AVerMedia, 720p. So excellent. It can do its job there. Okay. It can't do 1080p, but it seems to be able to do that one. Now I've tried the previous version of the firmware, oh well, not the previous version of the firmware, you can't downgrade, but I've got the most up-to-date version of the firmware. I've tried the older software, I've tried the newer software, and I've even tried the beta software of AVerMedia, and I've also tried XSplit. Another problem I have with it is the AVerMedia, you can't go above 20,000 kilobytes per second. In the actual AVerMedia software itself, you can, which I'll start up now. Annoying pop-up. It ought to load up quicker, or at least have the option to get rid of it. There you go. 60. Oh, what's that? Now the 20 megabits per second would be the same as the 20,000 kilobytes per second or what have you. But this one lets you go up to 60 for really good quality. Now, the main reason I want really good quality is because I'm going to later on edit it in Sony Vegas and compress it and do everything I want to do with it after that. And if you have bad quality video and then you encode it again, it's not going to make it any better. It's going to make it, you know, even worse. So I want to start with as good quality as possible and then convert it into YouTube and whatnot. So either way, I want the quality to be well above what I can stream, and I don't stream. I basically just like recording hours and hours of footage, and if something really cool happens, then bang, I've got something to upload or make a compilation, whatever. But yeah, that should be able to go above 20,000, but it doesn't. It's just freaking stupid. And it's always got the variable bitrate when I would prefer to have the constant bitrate. I don't care if the files are 1 gig for every, 5 minutes. I really don't care. I've got like 12 terabytes of hard drive space. It's not an issue. But I want the quality very, very good, which they don't support. I mean, I don't want it, I hardly want it to compress at all. I just don't want it to be like Fraps where it's like, 5 gig a minute. Anyway, so I'll close that down, and hopefully when I upload this to the forum, you guys will be able to tell me how to get the AVerMedia to actually do 1080p, not 1088p, and hopefully get the bitrate higher, just like you have in the AVerMedia software. And also, I would prefer this more than anything though, if you can simply make it that AVerMedia can record USB headsets or USB speakers, that would solve all my problems. See, you know, record from the Logitech or whatever, that's the microphone, but which you guys do, but I meant the you know, the default sound device and whatnot. So yeah, anyway, I'll press close on that. And hopefully you can get it all working. Thank you. Bye.